everyone, today I'm going to be sharing my foundation picks. These are specifically for combination skin. I tend to get quite oily on my T-zone and then dry on like my cheeks and also around my mouth and my nose. So I have quite combination skin. I am also acne prone as well. So these are some of my picks, drugstore and high-end. So first I'm going to start a little bit more high-end. These are two of my favourite. It's the same foundation, but I have two shades because it's so difficult for me to find my shade. This is the YSL Le Teint Touche Eclat, and this is the newer formula. The old formula I did have, but I actually sold it because it did not even last 3 hours on my skin. This one lasts way longer. I would say you could get probably about 6 to 8 hours wear out of this. It is slightly more expensive, but this just looks so beautiful and airbrushed on the skin. It's great for combination skin. It just doesn't show any of my dry patches. At the same time, it doesn't make me too oily. My next foundation pick, again a little bit more high-end, is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. This is just so beautiful because it feels like you're not even wearing any makeup whatsoever. It is so lightweight, and the great thing about this is that it just lasts a really long time, especially if you use a primer as well. I'd probably say about 8 to maybe 10 hours. This is absolutely amazing. Again, it's very lightweight, so it's a bit more light to medium. I would say that the YSL Touche Eclat is also light to medium. This one is just so beautiful, makes skin look airbrushed, and again it doesn't accentuate any dry patches on the face, which I love, because this kind of dries down a little bit matte, but it doesn't accentuate. Skipping to a bit more of a drugstore foundation, I love the Bourjois Healthy Mix Foundation. There's also another one which is the Healthy Mix Serum. I equally love both of these. I would probably say that this one for me is a little bit more kind of matte. This is the Healthy Mix Serum. This is the one that everybody seems to be raving about. This one is a little bit more, this is a bit more dewier. In terms of coverage, I'd say they're pretty similar, but I would say that I do prefer this one. It tends to last way longer. This one does last really well, but because it's a bit more hydrating, it doesn't last as long, and I do get a little bit more shinier, a bit quicker. But yeah, overall I do like both of these. I have two different shades, that's why I kind of switch between the foundations. Again, going a bit more high-end is the Dior Airflash, which you probably can't even see. This is a beautiful foundation. It's super expensive, and I do have to put this on the back of my hand or spray it on my brush, because if you spray this all over your face, it tends to get in your hair. So it's like a hairspray essentially, but you spray it onto your face and it is just amazing. It is so beautiful. It just makes you look like you're completely airbrushed. I don't wear it all the time because it is super expensive, so I save it for events or weddings that I'm going to. I would say it's light, but if you spray more you can totally build it up to like a medium. It does last a pretty long time, so I do really like this foundation, but it is super expensive, and you get 2.3 fluid ounces, but if you are spraying this, a lot of it will kind of spray off anyways. But yeah, this is an amazing foundation. I would probably more recommend this for people that are kind of normal to combination, because I think if you have oily skin, then this one can get a bit oilier and shinier throughout the day, and this does sometimes can accentuate dry patches on the face, so I try to really exfoliate my skin beforehand. This is one that's like you're either gonna like or hate if you're combination, because it can make you oily if you do tend to get oily, but at the same time it can accentuate patches on your face. So yeah, this is one that I think people do have to try, but I absolutely love it. Another drugstore foundation, this is one that I got from America. This is the New Look Dewy and Smooth Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. It has sunscreen in it, SPF 18, and it's for normal to dry skin. I find that this is just so amazing. This just airbrushes the pores. It's super affordable, and it just looks really beautiful. I would probably say this lasts about 5 to 6 hours on the skin, because it is for normal to dry skin. So if you are a little bit oily, you know, this will get shiny like around the 6 hour mark. It does for me, and I just love this one. I used to wear this a lot to uni when I used to go there. And yeah, you know, 6 hours was just the perfect amount for me, and I really like this foundation. I know that there's a lot of amazing reviews for the matte and poreless this foundation as well, but I just find that that one is just too matte for me, so I like the dewier version myself. This is probably my most used foundation. This is the Chanel Vitalumiere original version, not the Aqua. This is almost, I don't know if you can see, it's almost half empty. I have another bottle of it as well. This is the most amazing airbrush foundation in the world, hands down. But this, if you are combination, this can be a bit problematic because it is an oil-based foundation and it can make you very oily throughout the day. The reason why I like it is it just makes my face so airbrushed. However, and it does not pick up the dry patches on my face. However, the problem with this is if you have oily skin, this will not last on your skin. But because I only have a little bit of oil on my skin and it's kind of more combination towards dry, this is almost perfect. It's called the Satin Smoothing Fluid Makeup. This is amazing for mature skin as well, but again, if you have more dry skin, this is probably a better pick. But I do still recommend this foundation if you have more dry skin. Then I have the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This one does break me out. However, recently it hasn't been, which is a bit strange. But this is an amazing foundation. It comes with a pump, and I forgot to mention that this Fit Me foundation does not come with a pump. Everything else I've shown does. But yeah, it's just a really nice, beautiful looking foundation. I'm in the shade Ivory. It is just beautiful. Now, a lot of people say this is like a very dewy foundation. I haven't found that. I think it just dries down to a nice sort of satin-ish foundation. I wouldn't say it's like 100% dewy or anything like that. I don't powder this foundation. I just find that it lasts a really long time. It has great coverage and it's just beautiful, and it doesn't cling to my dry patches. It doesn't accentuate and make me very oily. So I love this foundation. And it's also a good price point as well, and feels nice and heavy. This, I would say, is probably a really standard, like, classic foundation. This is the MAC Studio Face and Body Foundation. I think this is amazing for people that don't want to wear a lot of foundation but still want, you know, a really nice glow, or if you have really good skin and you just want to make it more like glowy and beautiful, this is amazing. When you put this on your skin, you have to really work it into your skin. You can use your fingers or you can use a brush. I don't really think a sponge is the best way because I feel like it really needs like something to really buff it in. But it's really beautiful. This can be used on the body as well. And I don't wear this too often because it is quite light coverage and I'd like something a little bit more heavier. But when my skin is really good, this is pretty much what I reach for. So I really like this foundation. I definitely recommend it, and it's a really nice like travel size foundation, and it comes with 50 mils inside of it. Love this because I have dry patches, as I've mentioned 100 times. Doesn't accentuate those, and my skin does sometimes get a little bit oily with this, but I just powder it and it's perfectly fine. So yeah, I love this foundation too. Okay, we have 2 more foundations left. I'm going to go back a little bit more high end. I have the Clarins foundation. This is the Everlasting Foundation Plus. The name suggests it lasts a very long time. I'm talking 12 solid hours. I used to wear this one to uni as well when I was going to be there for so for uni I would wake up at about 6 o'clock in the morning and I would do my makeup, and then I would come home at about 9 o'clock in the evening. This foundation was still on my skin for that amount of time, so if you want something that's really long lasting, this is an amazing foundation. The only downside is it is quite drying, but it is meant for combination skin. Comes with a pump, looks really nice, quite heavy, not the best to travel with. But it didn't accentuate my dry patches when I didn't powder it. It only accentuated when I did powder it, but it is just a stunning foundation. They have so many colours and it is just a beautiful foundation. It has SPF in it as well. Clarins are one of my favourite cosmetic companies right now. I just love all of their skincare and beauty products. I just feel like they work really well for my skin. They make a lot of things for combination skin, so I definitely keep a lookout. but this is a foundation that lasts the longest. Finally, a little bit more of an inexpensive foundation. This probably looks really light, but yeah, I have used this a lot. This is the L'Oreal True Match. This is amazing. When I went on a tour around Europe, this is all I took with me. It is glowy and dewy, but at the same time, if you powder it down, it just looks very natural. It doesn't look heavy at all, and it's just a really nice, beautiful foundation. I know that a lot of people really like this foundation, and yeah, I mean, you can build it up to about a light to a medium. You can sheer it out. It's very blendable, and it's just a really beautiful foundation. The cap, the pump does get super messy, and the cap as well. I just cleaned this, but yeah, it's a really nice foundation. And again, it does sometimes cling to dry patches, so I just exfoliate my skin before using it. But as for the oiliness, it's absolutely amazing for that. So yeah, those are my top foundation picks. If you have any suggestions yourself for combination skin, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you have any suggestions for other videos, and if you haven't already subscribed, you can, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!